Well, the Chinese dissident at the centre of a diplomatic storm has told the ABC he now believes he and his family are in danger in China, and he wants the United States government to get him out of the country. That's despite a deal between Beijing and Washington under which he left the US embassy in Beijing last night in return for guarantees of his safety. But Chen Guangcheng, who's in hospital in Beijing, says he now knows more about the danger he faces in China. And in the midst of all this drama, the United States and China are trying to hold a high-level summit. China correspondent Stephen McDonell reports.
The United States is defending its treatment of dissident Chen Guangcheng, defending itself to the Chinese government for letting him into its embassy in the first place, and defending itself to activists who say they abandoned Mr. Chen.
No, he was never forced to leave the embassy.
He was threatened to do so?
Absolutely not true.
Does it threaten to leave China?
He was never threatened in any way.
He now says he wants to get on board the plane with Secretary of State Hillary Clinton when she leaves China. It seems there's no end in sight for this drama. The tension surrounding Chinese dissident Chen Guangcheng was there to be seen in a Beijing hospital. Reporters caught a quick glimpse of the man who'd given up United States protection for medical treatment and to be with his family.
China is a country ruled by law. I've already said that the legitimate rights of Chinese citizens are all protected by the Constitution and laws, and at the same time, they should abide by the laws and regulations.
But when he spoke to the ABC from his hospital bed, Mr. Chen said he now feared for his safety in China and wanted the United States government to get him out of the country. I want to leave, and there are many reasons for this, he said, and added that he's very worried his family is in danger. The blind dissident came to prominence for exposing forced abortions in rural China. A week ago, he dramatically escaped home detention and made it into the United States Embassy in Beijing. He was harboured by the Americans for 6 days, and then last night left the embassy as part of a deal ensuring he wouldn't be harmed and could study law. But today he seemed distressed. He told us he left the embassy of his own choice, but at the time he didn't know what threats awaited him outside. The US government doesn't want people to think it abandoned him.
He wanted to stay in China. He did not want to seek political asylum. So we're in a situation now where, we're going to continue to monitor his case very, very closely.
Meanwhile, China and the US are trying to hold their annual summit as if relations between them are normal. But this meeting has been anything but that.
As part of our dialogue, the United States raises the importance of human rights and fundamental freedoms, because we believe that all governments do have to answer to citizens' aspirations for dignity and the rule of law, and that no nation can or should deny those rights.
Chen Guangcheng is a damaged man under a lot of pressure who seems to be panicking. He's receiving conflicting advice and dealing with very powerful people who have a lot to lose depending on how he acts. Stephen McDonell, Lateline.